Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian from adspend.com, and I have a very special guest in this video, my good friend, Clark Kegley. Him and I have been friends for years, actually. Clark is one of my best friends and honestly has an amazing business, especially in the personal development space. Before even being friends with him, I was following him organically, subscribed to his YouTube channel. So I'm super excited to talk to him today because Clark actually went through our YouTube ads coaching program, and I wanted to have him on to share his experience with what he's learned and implemented so far and some of his results. And so, Clark, without further ado, just give the audience a quick introduction, share more about your business and obviously what you do so they can get a better idea in case, for whatever reason, they don't know of you so far.
Yeah, man. Well, the main thing is just a YouTube channel under my name. We have almost 1 million subscribers organically on there. Self-development niche where we're helping people create a better version of themselves and shift into it. That's kind of our main thing. The self-image piece, the deepest layer.
Yeah.
We have an offer, $4,800. It's kind of a done with you hybrid, and was selling that all organically before I started working with Brian. But that's kind of the main overview. It gives people the context there.
Yeah. Clark, for those of you guys who don't know, super successful YouTube channel, really helps a lot of people every single day, every single month, every single week. And like he just mentioned, right, built it up all organically on YouTube, which is super sick because, most people just dream of getting 10,000 subscribers. Clark's closing in on 1 million as we speak. So that's super exciting. But I think, Clark, one thing that I always remember with you when we were talking just as friends, right, it was always like, YouTube ads, because I'm obviously the YouTube ads guy. You're the YouTube organic guy, but YouTube ads was always something you wanted to do, but just never really got around to because there was always this like, I wouldn't say like, it was not a fear, but almost just like just questioning of how it works exactly and how to get it to work because you're so organic based, right? So talk a little bit more about that when it comes to the ad side of things.
Yeah, man. Well, there was a fear. I was afraid of YouTube ads. It's scary because it's the unknown. I, prided myself in organic. And then also it's the fear of losing money. It's the fear of you're talking to people who didn't seek you out. So I didn't want to interrupt them, right? Organic, they're searching for you. So they click on it, but ads, it feels interruptive. Hey, watch me before you watch that thing you wanted to watch, right? Fuck this guy. Dude, I'd say I was scared, but also scarred. Because I have bad experiences with Facebook agencies. I mean, you know the story. We've talked extensively about it. And my ads were cringe when I was trying to do some Facebook ads, like in 2018, way back in the day.
Yeah.
Very cringe. I wouldn't have clicked on them. It would have made me cringe. It does when I look back. But
yeah,
my experience with paid ads was like spending 10, 20 grand and lighting it on fire and then paying an agency 3-4 grand that promises the world. And you can't talk to anyone and you're not sure if you're getting a return and they tell you 2 more months, and you're just paying all this money. And, so I was scarred from that. PTMD, post-traumatic marketing disorder.
Yeah. So you spent a bunch on Facebook before, and we talked about that extensively, like you mentioned, and it just never worked out. And for that reason, you just went all in on YouTube again, and it's worked out even better. It's grew your channel even more. And then I would say 2 months ago, right, you reached out to me and said, hey man, like I really want to start running ads because I have a team now. I have a few people on my team that I want to help start getting, more active. So you reached out to me, you said, hey, can we chat about this? And I said, yeah, man, sure. And then we obviously got you into the program and I helped you out personally to just get your ad set up. And then one thing that I remember was the tracking. You kind of got stuck on the tracking when you were implementing it yourself. And, because of that, that kind of stalled you from launching. But once you got into the program and you got our help, it was pretty much like a breeze. We got on a call real quickly. We set it up and it made things a lot smoother for you, right?
Well, dude, I was afraid to get into paid ads, and anyone who's watching, like, do organic, nail that. But I was looking for a way to like scale, not crazy amounts, like not 10x my company, but we were doing 1-2 closers and I wanted to bring on a third, right? So I wanted like maybe a third more, something very realistic, but it's hard to really do that with organic. Like, what am I going to post more videos? Well, if they don't catch, you're at the mercy of the algorithms. And I mean, organic's great as like a natural heartbeat, but yeah, to find some predictable way to scale, that's where YouTube ads came in. And what really sold me, man, is you told me I could tap in to my existing audience.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like cold people I was interrupting, like, hey, you want to talk?
Door-to-door
like,
sales. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like door-to-door sales. it was my existing audience, like the subscribers that I had. So for me, that was like, okay, ring, ring, ring. If I can just make a YouTube video and control where it's shown, and
Yeah.
that's the ad, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And that was a big thing too, because I was like, look, man, let's not even think about cold traffic right now. Let's just tap into, like you said, your existing audience who already knows, likes, and trusts you. They're subscribed to you. They've watched your videos. They've liked your videos. They've shared your videos. They've maybe even added a video of yours to their playlist. And the best part about YouTube ads is you can actually run ads to those audiences, right off the bat, especially if you have an organic following. And that's exactly what we started with first for you. And it also made the ad like creative a little bit easier because you didn't have to worry about like, I guess trying too hard to try to sell someone who doesn't even know you. You just talked to your audience like you would talk to them filming a regular video, right? So talk a little bit more about the actual production side of things where it was like, okay, cool, Brian, I don't really have to make it this big of a deal. I can just talk to them like my normal audience would anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've seen my journey of trying the paid ads. I mean, dude, I couldn't get out of my own head to film these ads. And I don't know what the hang up or block was subconsciously. But it's like I can film YouTube videos to a million people, and it's good enough to get a million people to hit a button that says, yes, we want more, subscribe. But for some reason, like the ad creative was so hard, man. And that's where you came in, and your program just helped take the pressure off. My favorite thing from it was the actual creative section where you're giving us actual breakdowns. Hey, here's an ad that worked. Here's how much we spent. Here's why it worked. Oh, okay. Hey, here's 5 hooks you need to film. So keep the main chunk of your ad where you're selling in the call to action, but just swap out this first little 10, 20-second bit and film 5 of them. Oh, great. And guess what? Like the hooks that I thought would work didn't. And the ones that I thought would never work, that I'm like, fuck it. Brian says 5. I'll just try an extra. That one was the one that we're still running with. And that was the winner. So, dude, that there alone, man, like the whole help with production of, and this is from someone who does production full time. It's just creating ads is a whole different format. To that alone, man, I feel like your coaching is worth it because you spend so much money, you blow so much money on bad production. And even that one tip of like filming different hooks and interchanging them, man, that makes so much sense. And that really helps bring the ad budget down, which is the difference between losing money or making money.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And it's funny to see now, right? Because one of those ads, like you said earlier, is the majority of the spender, the one that's converting the most. And that's exactly why we start with that 5 hook process to give you 5 at bats. And one of them hopefully becomes a home run that can realistically last up to 4 months on average. And with YouTube ads, that's very realistic. It's just like an organic YouTube video, right? Once it hits, it has a longevity feel to it. So I'm glad you shared that as well. And I guess, a few last questions here, but one of them would be like, besides the creative piece, because that's obviously one that's huge, right? Like people just overthink the creatives, like you mentioned earlier. They think they have to film hire a production crew, hire a videographer, right? Basically like act out this whole script, like from start to finish with props and everything.
Like sketch comedy, you're doing an SNL ad. It's just like crazy. Yeah.
But I think the thing you were alluding to earlier was the YouTube ad examples we give you in the program, which was showing you 5 different YouTube ads that have all scaled to 7 figures or more. And I think one common takeaway that you mentioned to me was that like these weren't anything crazy. They were just filmed on a direct to camera setup, right? They were either in their studio or on their iPhone walking around. But the script template that we gave you is the thing that actually brings the ad to life, right?
Yeah. Well, Brian, you used to tell me like, dude, I've ran ads for the biggest of names and, $1 million ad budgets or whatever. And the ones that always convert best are them in an iPhone, like dude. The lowest production.
Yeah. It's crazy because like, I mean, dude, you know me, my story as well, dude. Like I was working for Dean every single day, full time for 3 years almost. And I would just see him like, he's just so good, right? He's just so good, 20 years of experience. And he would just film this ad like it was nothing. But what I've learned from our clients after working with them who aren't Dean, who don't have that level of experience, like you don't have to be that good. But what we do is we have them film the script word for word first. They get in the zone, they get in the flow state, they got the script down, they got the ideal avatar. And then I say, cool, now film it on your iPhone really quickly now that you're in the state. And then those are always the ones that take off because they don't have to worry about being perfect. They just worry about speaking from the heart. And, like you said, that was that one hook for you that was like, okay, let me try it anyways. And then boom, It takes off, man. So,
well, dude, the creative part of your program was so fire because you can't pour syrup on crap and call it pancakes, right?
Yeah.
So it don't matter how good your targeting is, the perfect
Yeah.
audience, the offer. Like if your ad sucks,
Yeah.
game over.
Yeah.
And so seeing your script process and how you write and the copy format, specifically for paid ads, because I came from organic where you got all the time in the world, they click off, who cares? It was free, right? Now we're in paid ads, we're in the major leagues. They click off, you're losing hundreds of dollars a day, thousands of dollars a day even. So that to me was, again, game changer and saved me a ton of money, made everything, 10 times better. I mean, results wise too, dude. Do you want to talk about those? I have some numbers.
100%, dude. And I want to give the audience a realistic expectation here, because the first month, right, it was a little bit up and down, right? Like it didn't immediately convert, but share them your experience, because I want you to talk about it.
Yeah. And I came in with the mindset too, guys. After talking to Brian, he told me, hey man, you got to commit to 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're not willing to commit to 3 months of tweaking and changing, month one, you might get lucky and knock it out of the park, but really commit to 3. So I said, okay. Month one, when we got all set up and rocking, which was a learning process, we spent 13 grand and I got 2 clients. So at $4,800 a price tag, you guys can do the math. So not terrible. Like we weren't bleeding money left and right, but we weren't profitable. Month 2, however, 7.5K in ad spend. We got 5 clients. So that's where the profits came in. And then month 3, I had a video go crazy organic and it overwhelmed my team. So we kind of shut ads off because we didn't need a supplement. But 500 spend on 2 clients. So that's insane.
Yeah.
So if we just remove month 1, we're at 8K spend with 7 clients, which is about 33 grand in revenue for a 25K profit around there.
Yeah. And that's very realistic for everyone watching right now. So like Clark listened to it to a T. Great results. He had the following organically. He turned the paid ads on following our proven process, and he stuck with it, right? Like that just shows you that if you panicked, or anybody out there panics month 1, they could realistically be like, it's like that funny meme, dude, that I always hate and love at the same time because it's so true. Like one of our mutual friends, Cole Gordon, posted sometimes. It's like you're 3 feet away from gold, and it's like these memes of these people digging, like them as the personal avatars digging, and they're almost right there to the gold, but then they give up, right? And that's the truth. Honestly, though, because it's like a science experiment, right? And especially you having the organic following, I knew it was going to convert, but it probably wasn't going to work that great off the start because we had to tweak things, and we did. And then second month, things started dialing in. We lowered the budgets a little bit more, like you mentioned, right? And we also got better quality buyers and leads as a result. Your sales team started closing with the actual cold traffic, which is completely different than warm, right? But even though we were still going after your warm audiences. So it takes that time and it takes that optimization. And more importantly, it takes that grit to say, you know what, I'm going to spend some money, and I'm going to spend some money to get this to convert. Because when I do, like just Clark just mentioned, right, you could realistically spend $8 grand and make back 30 grand in a matter of less than 3 months. That is scalable. So now, Clark, like you mentioned, you have ads paused, but you now know what to do if you want to turn them back on. You want to hire more closers, right? You want to pack your calendar even more so because of what you've learned in the program, which I think is invaluable, man.
It's a skill, just like organic content's a skill. I say, when I'm talking to people who want to start a YouTube channel, I say like the real benefit is not that you're starting a successful YouTube channel. It's that you're learning the most high income skill there is, which is content production, getting good on camera, conveying ideas in a persuasive way that gets people to take whatever result that you're asking them to do, or just follow you because they like you.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the real goal with like what you guys do is you teach people at a holistic level advertising.
Yes.
Talk about a high income skill. I don't know if there is one that's better. So whether you take that into Facebook ads or TikTok ads or Instagram ads or whatever the next Web3 platform is going to be, metaverse ads, right?
Yeah.
You'll know the basic strategies or the fundamentals of writing good ad scripts and hooks and targeting and how to allocate budget spend and what trends to look for that aren't going away platform to platform.
Yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't have said it better. So I guess for anyone watching right now, Clark, someone who's on the fence about joining the program, someone who wants to start running YouTube ads or is already running YouTube ads, but doesn't think that they get much out of a program like ours because they're already doing pretty well. Like, what would you tell them about the program specifically?
I think in this industry, the most important thing when you're choosing who to work with is not promises, is not the testimonials you see, is not their sales copy on a sales page. Who's not going to say we're the shit, right? Who's not going to say we get results and everything? Like it's trust. That's the most important thing. Trust and honesty and integrity, like these core fundamentals we grew up hearing from our parents or teachers. But when you get in the online space, yeah, I'm not saying people lack it, but it's easy to fake.
Yeah.
And so when I see Brian and how he's built this company, ad spend, and you know the people behind it, that trust is there, the integrity is there, the care is there for their clients, and it shows with who they've worked with. So to me, like if you're gonna bet on a horse who's gonna help you and like give you your best shot at making it with paid ads, YouTube ads, whatever ads you want to do, to me it's ad spend. There's no better horse to bet on than these guys.
Damn, dude.
So
I
that's what I'd
appreciate
say.
that, man. Yeah, thank you so much, dude. Well, you heard it from Clark, guys. If you're watching this, make sure to go give Clark a new subscriber today. I know he'll very much value that. And go comment on his video, say, hey, found you from Ad Spend. And thank you so much for doing this, Clark. I appreciate your time, man. And any last words you want to tell the audience?
No, man. Just really stoked I did this. You saved me a lot of money. And in the future, you'll probably make me a lot of money. So really stoked, man.
Sweet, man. Thank you so much. Well, hey, guys, hope you have an amazing rest of your day. That's it from us. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.